Hello everyone, welcome to the FCA Power Camp. I am honored to be here on day one with you guys. My name is Coach Ogata. I am the head track and field coach at Staunton High School, where I have been for almost 20 years now. We will be going through some drills in terms of sprinting and proper sprinting form and speed development a little bit later. First, I just want to get into the camp itself, talking about our theme for the day. This is day one, and our theme today is 100% God, or 100% sacrifice. And our key verse for the day is one you've probably heard before. It is John 3:16, and it goes like this: "For this is how God loved the world. He gave his one and only Son, so that everyone who believes in him will not perish, but have eternal life." So the key point here is that God gave a 100% sacrifice for us by giving up his only Son, and in fact himself. And it's a sacrifice that we maybe can't even comprehend in the world today. And so that's something that we want to remember as we continue through our journey as a Christian. Is obviously God isn't asking us to sacrifice people. He sacrificed once for all of us, so we don't have to do anything like that. But what he wants us to sacrifice is ourselves. He wants us to give ourselves to him and to give our lives over to the sacrifice that he's made for us. So keep that in mind as you're competing today, and we will now be demonstrating a couple of drills, and we'll talk you through that as we go. So I hope you're ready to have some fun. Here we go, guys. All right, campers, this is going to be our first drill of the day. This is a pretty common speed drill that we do a lot with our sprinters. Probably 2 to 3 times a week we'll do stuff like this. I'm assuming that you've warmed up properly before you start your drills. These guys are warmed up, so whatever warm-up routine, we didn't want to film that for the sake of time, but make sure you're warmed up properly before you start, and make sure you're outdoors, hopefully with some social distancing. If that's not possible, just wear a mask, keep everybody safe, okay? But make sure we try to stay outside, stay apart. I'm using some speed hurdles here. If you don't have these fancy little hurdles, that's no problem whatsoever. You can use anything you want. You can put sticks on the ground. You can use chairs or benches, whatever you like to use, as long as you got something on the ground to kind of give you a visual landmark. That's all you really need for this drill. So this first drill, these guys, and first of all, these are some of our members of the track and field program. This is Drake and Thomas that are going to be helping us out demonstrating today. This first drill, they're going to come through, and they're really just going to focus on a good form run, where they're going to be lifting their knees and landing on the ball of their foot in between every hurdle with really good arm action. And then as they finish out the end of the hurdles, they're just going to burst for about 4 or 5 steps and just accelerate a little bit. So I'll get out of the way and we'll kind of go and see how this works here. Let's go, Drake. Go ahead and go on. You ready? Good, nice and tall. And he's going to just explode out of it. Good. Thomas, go ahead when you're ready. Nice and tall, balls of your feet. Try to get a little more leg lift right there. Thomas is a little tall, a little more longer legged, so it's a little tough for him. But you can see that. Feel free to move these farther apart too if you're a little bit taller. So that's that. We're going to focus on the next drill in just a little bit. Okay, our second drill in our speed hurdle series here is going to be a 2-foot hop. This is going to really work on our fast twitch muscle fibers and building some explosiveness in our legs, as well as working on ground contact, how we're hitting the ground. So the guys are going to jog into it. They're going to jump off of 2 feet. Now these are smaller hurdles, but we're going to still try to focus on jumping as high as we can with every rep, and trying to focus on jumping up, not out. Because if you jump out, you're going to eventually hit one of the hurdles in front of you and it's going to be ugly. We want to get as high as we can in between every hurdle and really focus on that. And we want to focus on landing on 2 feet with a good base on the balls of our feet. So we'll go ahead and demonstrate now. Drake, go ahead when you're ready. There you go, that's pretty good form right there. Good, getting up, good, and run out, good. And you're gonna explode out of it, good. Same thing here, good. Really see he's bringing his knees really well there. We like that, and explode out of it. And you did it at the very end, you kind of got it there. So that's that drill, and we'll show you the next set of drills here in just a second. Okay, so this next drill is gonna be very similar to the last one. It's gonna be a hop over the hurdles, except this one is not gonna be 2-footed, it's gonna be a 1-foot hop. So they're gonna do this one with their right foot and they're going to do this right foot only all the way through. But the same principle, we still want to focus on landing in the middle of the hurdles on the ball of the foot and trying to get as high off the ground and really hit the ground hard and push off every time as much as we can. So go ahead, Drake, let's see how we do. That's a good job right there. See how he's getting off and cycling that leg? And he's going to sprint out of it. Good. Thomas, pretty good there as well. Good, and we accelerate out of it. And so there's that drill. We're going to do the next one on the other foot, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so this is going to be the exact same drill that we just finished the time before, except now we're going to do the left foot instead of the right foot. Good. You notice he's probably right-handed, so he's a little better with his right foot than his left, but that's pretty common. There we go. Thomas is a little taller, so he's got to work a little harder to stay in between the hurdles, but that's pretty good reps, both guys right there. So that concludes our speed hurdle drills. We're now going to be moving on to something we call our acceleration ladder, which is something else our sprinters will do 2 to 3 times a week during the course of the season as well. All right, so we've moved on from the speed hurdles, and now we're going to get into what we call our acceleration ladder. This is another set of drills that we'll do probably twice a week with sprinters at least, if not even 3 times a week. And it's really good. One of the best ways to get faster is to run as fast as you can and really exert yourself. And it's even better if you do that, really emphasizing proper form. And so that's what these drills are going to help us do. We're going to start off with just a 10-meter acceleration. So you're going to see here, you might notice that Drake has put his spikes on. If you have spikes and you want to wear them, it's a good time to get them on before these drills. Thomas has opted not to use spikes. That's perfectly fine. But they're going to start off with what we call a 2-point crouch start. So their feet are going to be pretty close together, and the key is getting your shoulders below your hips. So you want to bend over, okay, until your shoulders are below your hips. And as you come out of that start, you want to really drive your knees hard and be big with your arms and really hit the ground as hard and as you can. What we overemphasize on this drill is taking the biggest, hardest steps we can as we're coming out and trying to accelerate through. They're going to accelerate through this first cone, and then they're just going to coast to a stop at the end. So let's get out of the way and we'll see what happens here. Go ahead, Drake. Good crouch start. And whenever you're ready. Good drive right there all the way through. Good. And just coast to a start or to a stop. See how Thomas looks. Good crouch start. Driving the knees hard. You got a little bit of a hitch at the start, but he did a good job driving the knees. We're going to move on and show you the next 2 steps of the ladder in the next 2 parts of the video. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, so now we're on the step 2 of our acceleration ladder. It's the exact same drill, except now instead of that first cone, which is 10 meters, we're going to be running through our second cone, which is going to be 20 meters. And if you don't have cones, just like set up sticks or whatever you want to use to mark it. So here we go. Good crouch start. Drive the knees. Good knee drive there. He's going to push all the way through. Good. And he's going to coast to a stop. And Thomas, good crouch start. Drive. There you go. It's a good hard knee drive. And he's going to push all the way through the second cone. Good. And he's going to coast to a stop. And then our last step in the ladder is going to be our 30-meter acceleration. All right. So this is our last step in our acceleration ladder. This is going to be a 30-meter acceleration, which should be about how long it takes the average person to get to full speed. You know, think about this: if you were starting a 100-meter race or a 200-meter race, or even a 300 hurdle race, this is about how long it would probably take you to get up to full speed. And so we focus a lot on this 30-meter distance, and this is going to be the last step in our ladder. So let's go ahead, Drake, whenever you're ready. Good crouch start. Good shoulder level there. Good drive, and he's going to keep pushing, good all the way through. And you notice by the time he gets to that 30-meter mark, he's almost all the way upright when he's running. That's how we should look. We're driving, good. Good drive your knees and elbows all the way through there. Not bad. You can tell Thomas is a distance runner. He's got a little more of that distance gait to him than a true sprinter. But even for distance runners, I recommend doing this kind of stuff once a week or once every 2 weeks, because that top speed that you're building is always going to make you better, no matter whether you're a distance runner or a sprinter or a jumper or a hurdler or whatever. So these drills you've just seen today, these guys have all demonstrated them 1 time each. In the course of a workout, we're probably going to do these things 3 to 4 times each. Okay, so each of the hurdle drills and each of the acceleration ladders, we'll probably do each one 3 to 4 times each and make sure we get plenty of rest in between. so that we get full recovery. Because when we're trying to build speed, fatigue is the enemy, not the goal. Getting tired has a lot of good things that happen. Getting faster is not one of them. So we want to make sure as we're doing these speed drills that we go through each drill 3 to 4 times, good rest in between. Okay? And then if you still want to do a little bit extra at the end, maybe you feel like you want to get a little extra into the workout, you can throw in a couple of maybe 100-meter sprints or something along those lines, something of that nature. But this is a good core speed workout for anybody who's a sprinter or anybody who just is an athlete and wants to get faster. So thanks for taking part in this. Unfortunately, we couldn't be together this year for Power Camp, which is always a highlight on my calendar, as I'm sure it is for you guys. But at least we get a little bit of the camaraderie and the feel of Power Camp through these videos. So, get out and run and have a great day, guys.